All right. Good evening. I'll go ahead and call to order the Wednesday, April 17th, 2024 meeting of the Larimer County Planning Commission. As we start our meetings generally, we like to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask you to join me for that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, for those in the audience and those watching online, plethora of visitors that we did last week. I'd like to let you know that we are planning commissioners are appointed by the Board of County Commissioners. We're volunteers, and I would like to ask my fellow commissioners to introduce themselves to begin.
I'm Patrick Rowe. Good evening. I live in Northwest Fort Collins, and I've been on the commission for almost 3 years.
Hi, I'm Shelby King. I live in LaPorte, and I have been on the commission since last summer.
Good evening. My name is Jordana Barrick. I live just north of Fort Collins, and I've been on the Planning Commission for 4 years.
Good evening. I'm John Slutsky. I live in southeast Fort Collins, and I've been on the commission for a little more than 2 years.
Good evening. My name is Connor Duffy. I live in the Timnath area, and I've been on the Planning Commission for about 2 years now.
I believe we have at least one commissioner online.
Good evening. My name is Ann Best Johnson, and I live in the Windsor area, and this is the end of my 6th year.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Cholet, and I live in Wellington, and I have been on the Planning Commission since December of last year.
And my name is Bob Chode, and this is also nearing the end of my 6th year, and I live near Horsetooth Reservoir. Ms. Axmaker, can you introduce staff?
Thank you, Chairman Choate. I'm Jenny Oxmacher. I am the Larimer County Planning Manager. I am joined at the dais by one of our senior planners, Samantha Mott, a second senior planner. We have Michael Whitley, one of our additional planner, Justin Curry. We have Christine Luckison from the County Attorney's Office. And also joining us over here, we have Stephen Rothwell from the Engineering Department. And we also have Alan Key from our Code Compliance in the audience. I don't think we have any additional staff joining online. Oh, we have Connor Sheldon from our engineering division joining us online. With that, I'll go over some procedural overview. So we do respectfully request that all members of the public silence their electronic devices. Please help yourself to a copy of the agenda. It's on the wall right over here. And if you're joining us online, you can find that agenda posted on the website at larimer.org/BOCC/commissioners-meetings. For the hearing, for each discussion item tonight, which we have no discussion items on the agenda, we would begin with a presentation from staff, followed by a presentation from the applicant with time for any clarifying questions from the commissioners. There would then be an opportunity for any members of the public to address the commission with their comments on the matter. Both the applicant and staff would have the opportunity to respond to any questions or concerns raised by the public testimony, and the commission would then ask any remaining questions of the applicant or staff before entering into deliberation and working towards a decision on the matter. During public comment, please wait to speak until recognized by the chair. Please maintain civility, refraining from any audience applause, comments, or disruptions, whether positive or negative. Please make all comments to the commissioners from the podium. A portable microphone is available if needed, and please state your name at the beginning of your comments and provide the spelling of your name if it's uncommon. Please speak directly into the microphone so that remote participants may hear. For hybrid meetings, attendees will be muted until they are recognized by the chair. If an online attendee wishes to speak or requests that a consent item be removed, please use the raise hand function on the Zoom control bar. Upon request, assisted listening devices are available for the hearing impaired. There are 4 items on the consent agenda tonight and no items on the discussion agenda. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the next thing, do we have any amendments to the agenda?
There are no amendments to the agenda. Thank you.
Now is an opportunity for public comment on any county land use code or relevant land use matters that are not on our agenda or otherwise not going to be quasi judicial hearings in the future on our agenda. Is anyone in the audience in the room would like to speak, provide public comments not related to our agenda? Is anyone online?
There are no hands raised online.
All right. So we'll close public comment. Next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes for March 20th, 2024.
I move that we approve the minutes for March 20th, 2024.
A second?
All right, we've had a motion and a second to approve the minutes, March 20th, 2024. I'll go for a roll call on this one. I can't remember if I'm supposed to or not. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bess Johnson,
Yes?
Slutsky,
Yes?
Rowe,
Yes.
Chalet,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Barrick,
Yes.
Duffy,
Yes.
Chair Choate.
Yes, thank you. Minutes are approved. The next item is a tabled item from our March 20th, 2024 meeting. It is scheduled to be tabled to further notice. Can I get a little explanation just for the record? I understand this means we're going to table it without a date certain and you'll re-notice the item.
Yes, that is correct. After speaking with the applicant, they're still working on getting the necessary documentation that was requested or discussed at the previous hearing. So there's taking a little more time than that. So we're going to hold off until they get that, and they'll let us know, and then we'll resend notices and everything else to the surrounding property owners.
Do we need a motion to continue that, or is that approval of our agenda sufficient?
I think the approval of the agenda is sufficient.
All right, thank
Yes.
you. All right, the next item on our agenda, we have our consent agenda. And the consent agenda are items that are generally not controversial, that are being recommended for approval by staff, those which we have not received significant opposition prior to the hearing tonight. And so they are placed on consent. However, we can take them off consent. And the key to a consent agenda item is that there's no substantive presentation and there's no public comments. So if there's anybody in the audience, either online or in the room tonight, that wants to speak on any of these matters, then you need to request that they be pulled from the consent agenda. Otherwise, you will not have an opportunity to speak on them. I'm going to review these 4 items, and then I'll ask if any of the planning commissioners or any of the members of the public want these pulled from the consent agenda. Consent agenda item number 1 is amendment of Article 13.6.1C4 of the Land Use Code, file number 24, CODE 0277, which relates to short-term rentals of the in the Larimer County Land Use Code, which does an administrative change to the total cap of short-term rentals allowed in the Estes Valley. Number 2 is the Jellystone Camp RV Resort Special Review and Appeals, file number 23 Zone 3575, the renovation of a campground and RV park. Number 3 is the Level and Ready Mix Concrete Special Review, file number 24 Zone 3609, related to an amended special review for the future location of the PFA Station number 7 in LaPorte area. And number 4 is the Gustafson rezoning, file number 22, zone 3297, related to the rezone of subject properties from RR2, rural residential, to PD plan development. So based on that, first, are there any members of the Planning Commission who would like to pull this from the consent agenda, and any of these items from the consent agenda, and have a full hearing on those items? Seeing none, likewise, is there anyone in the room or online who would like to pull any of these items from the consent agenda and have a public hearing? All right. Seeing none. Mr. Key, did I see you raise your hand? All right.
I just wanted to confirm that we have no hands raised online, but I believe we do have a commissioner that would like to make a statement before we move on.
Yes, thank you for that reminder. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Johnson.
Hi, yes, on the last consent agenda item, I do have an apparent conflict of interest in that the applicant's representative is someone I work with on a daily basis. And so should everything stay on the consent agenda, I will be abstaining from voting.
I appreciate that disclosure. Thank you very much. All right, well, if none of these items are to be pulled from the consent agenda, I'd ask staff if there's anything else we should hear. And if not, I would entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
I'll second.
All right, motion and second to approve the consent agenda items as presented. Any further discussion? I will request a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Duffy,
Yes.
Barrick,
Yes.
Chalet,
Yes.
Slutsky,
Yes.
Rowe,
Yes.
Best Johnson.
I will abstain as stated.
Yes, sorry about that. King,
Yes.
Chair Choate.
Yes. And we'll note Ms. Bess Johnson's abstention and otherwise the unanimous approval of consent agenda. Are there any reports from staff?
No reports other than we'll be doing a training on the new policies regarding board and commission members with the Planning Commission here soon. And we'll be sharing those policies with you shortly. Other than that, no.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly.
Have the county commissioners chosen the replacement planning commissioners yet?
They have not. I believe interviews are scheduled for next week.
Great. Unless there's anything more, we're at the end of our agenda and we are adjourned.